check out how this one works. I've actually said this guy's got no supervisor and he's got no expense approver, and he's missing a PO approval limit, and you need to set line managers to $5,000, senior managers to $50,000, and executives to $1 million. Now, as the person entering it, I can see instantly that not only have I forgotten to do something, I've actually got to set this limit, and I didn't have to write a workflow. Now, for me, I like writing workflows. They're something that I find to be extremely powerful, and for people who write scripts, they love doing that because you can do amazing things with it. But if you've not been exposed to that before, how do you do it quickly and easily? Now, the way that we do this is through what we call our approval banner mapping. So this approval banner mapping list at the moment, it's got 50 odd records that I'm showing that you can instantly select and they'll start working. And it looks like a big list, but really what you've got to do is just search through here for what's the message or what the thing is. So, here's my bank details have changed and need to be approved, and this is my bank details need approval on the vendor record. And so there's all these different things in there. The competitor doesn't have a description, and somebody even wants their employee to be a flamingo. Now, what happens on this? They start out as inactive, and when you want one to turn on, you simply tick it from our pre-selected group. Makes it very, very easy to select something, and I'm just going to filter this on the one that I created before. So that employee approval limit, the PO approval limit. If I wanted to create a new one or edit an existing one, I can simply edit this. And now, instead of those approval limits being $1 million, I'm going to make it $1,200,000 and hit save, because the corporate policy has now changed. And the next time I'm in that employee and I refresh it, it will now tell them that this needs to be set to $1,200,000. So now I've instantly been able to make it available to the end user very quickly without digging through a complex form. Well, not necessarily a complex form, but a form that's got a lot of information in it, so that they can instantly make the adjustments and the corrections that they need to. Now, creating these banners is easy. You don't just have the functionality of the few standard ones our low-end products do. On our higher-end ones, we actually allow you to create new banners, which is as simple as coming in here and saying this test. You then select the banner category. So if I can put it on transactions, entities, items, employees, cases, you can actually expand this list. You can put more in there as you need to. But in this case, I'm just going to set this on the employee record. This is to set the expense approval limit. Pretty simple. Now, I don't know what that field is, but I do know where it is on the record. I don't know what its real name is in NetSuite speak. But on the Human Resources tab, there's this expense approval limit field. And if you've got IDs turned on, it's called approval limit. That's its real name in the behind the scenes. So if I go back to here and I pick my record type is going to be on an employee, and my field is going to be this one. Now, I'm not going to say, I could say it has to be $50,000, $5,000 or $50,000, it's going to do something. Instead, I'm going to say when that field is empty, I'm going to put in here, stop, this employee cannot approve expense reports for their subordinate, contact finance, if this needs to change. And then underneath that, you can do some really awesome stuff around, is it a confirmation, warning, information, error? That just changes how the banners look. Like the warning is the red and the confirmation is a green and the information is a yellow. Then you get errors, and then you can even have custom ones where you can change your icon and put your own borders in and get quite detailed. So I'm just going to make that a confirmation. And you can see that a confirmation is going to put an alert icon with a big tick, and so you can do things like that and put your own messages in. If you think about the list of these records that we've got, and this is an ever-growing list that customers tell us about, and we just add to, you can have different messages for opportunities are in closed won, renewal, purchasing, negotiation, proposals. They're based on statuses. You could do that on all kinds of fields that are in there, and just be more acutely aware of what's going on in NetSuite when you're looking at a record, or direct people as you need to, and it's simple to put in.